Now, if you've been watching the channel for the last 4 months or so, you know that every Sunday we try, if we can, to do a free prize draw. Because we get so much love for you, so much support from you, we decided it's worth giving something back. And we do get now and again a good price on things because we obviously promote things that we're shown and we're offered, so therefore we hand that back to you wherever possible, because it is from the patrons and from the rest of our viewers that we get the support that drives this channel and keeps it going. So that's what the prize draws are about, and what we tend to do, if you've already seen it, you've already been involved, you already know. If not, quite simply we ask a question today, Sunday, and then next Sunday we will draw the winner who answers that question correctly, obviously. Hey Ben?
Yep.
We try to ask a question that makes you delve into the box, into the playlists, to look at some old videos, something you should be able to know. If you're an avid viewer, you will know it. If you're somebody who watches occasionally, you'll be able to find it. And if you're a brand new viewer, you'll still be able to dig for it and get that right answer. And if all else fails, you must take a guess.
Yeah.
Because you never know, it just might work. Right, so in the last few months or so, as you probably know, a little while ago, where was it? We did a prize draw giveaway for one of these, the Wiha 26-bit multi-screwdriver thingy, and only because I really love it. So we'd rather than bought one, we bought a second one, and we gave one away as a prize draw. Still can't stop doing that. It's still cool. Now, Wiha tools have turned out to be extremely useful. As you can see, I've been spending a little bit, and I've invested quite a bit. There's some here, look. Here I've got some, I bought a load of different screwdrivers, different sizes, assortment electrical stuff for various electrical jobs you might do on the bike. Some Allen keys, I bought all kinds of cool stuff like this, which I think I definitely will use as time goes on, because Allen keys are consumable. They always have been. They wear out and you need replacing. So I believe that, because I think worn out tools can trash a job. Also, with all the fabrication, I bought quite a lot of these things, cutters, side cutters and grips, stuff that I'm going to use in the fullness of time. I will always use that stuff, and because obviously a decent quality tool that's operating safely and efficiently is a better job. It makes you a better fabricator and a better mechanic. That's what any mechanic will tell you. So constantly buying tools is, I'm afraid, the bugbear of the proper mechanic. Ask any professional mechanic, they'll tell you that every week some van turns up and there's some guy out there selling tools, and they're usually out there once a week buying something either that they've broken. Screwdrivers, the tips get worn as time goes on, and then that can chew up perfectly innocent screws who didn't deserve it, and you have to then start getting out of those problems that you've put yourself in because of worn out tools. Now, because of the stuff that I've got, this Wiha tool brand has proved to be an excellent middle ground. I've had snap-on tools in the past. I've still got my old snap-on multi-bit screwdriver. There's a kind of, this I bought when I was a bus mechanic in the 1980s, and it is well old, it is well worn out, but it's a sentimental value thing now. You do get attached to your tools, don't you boys? You know what it's like. But now I can't afford snap-on anymore. I kind of don't want to deride them. I don't believe in the guarantee, because every time I took a tool back to the snap-on man, he always told me it was wear and tear and refused the warranty claim. So I'm not so sure that that's always the right way to go. I think it's a better way to buy a much more cost-effective tool, something that will do the job, it will last, it will work effectively, and when it's done you can throw it out because it didn't cost too much. And in that sense, I love this particular brand of stuff, these Wiha tools. I've been using them now for the last 4 or 5 months, and I really truly believe in them because they don't cost a fortune. They really don't. I want to bring you something today for a prize draw that I really think you're going to like. As you know, we did the big screwdriver, didn't we? Where is it again? Put it back in. We did this one which everybody absolutely loved, and I promised you that didn't win. All of you said bar humbug, I didn't win. Then we said we'd do some more. So we have got something a little bit special. We thought we'd blow the budget and just get you something rather amazing. So today's prize is rather special. It is a 12-piece Wiha screwdriver set. This will be every screwdriver you ever need for your mechanic's toolkit. It truly will. I want to show you what they've got inside. They are rather amazing. This soft finish that you see, written on them, that's an electrical one, which is why they're yellow and blue, all the mechanic ones. These are like a rubber handle, really soft and quite grippy, and they're about the, I think that's about the consistency of the surface of a bike tyre, like a rubber tyre. It gives you that kind of grip, and even when these are oily, with wet oily hands, they still tend to grip because you've got quite a bulbous handle. I kind of like that. And you know yourself, if you use tools, the more ergonomically efficient a tool is, the more pleasant it is to do the job. Now I'm going to try and open these without buggering up the packaging, as she said, because I want to show you inside. These are not just screwdrivers. You've got the usual screwdrivers, but these come with Torx screwdrivers or Torx drivers as well. Now I've actually not seen these. I know the Snap-on guys do them, but again, can't afford that stuff. There we go, I'll show you what I mean. There we go, they've been shy there, didn't want to come out. Okay, so what we've got is 12 of these soft grip, soft finish, ergonomic design drivers. They're not just screwdrivers, you've got flat bladed screwdrivers, right from that one, which is like an electrical sort of size screwdriver, you know, like a thin 6mm blade, right up to, now this one, I always call that your general screwdriver. I've got a few of these. They're nice and big and handy, you just do all sorts of things. I mean, you shouldn't use screwdrivers as a pry bar or anything, but you know you do. So that's a nice big, beefy, handy screwdriver, and best of all, things like this one, a big, meaty crosshead screwdriver, because you've got crossheads and Phillips in here, but you know that they're two different things, so they're pretty cool. And best of all, what I love about this set the most is these. Can you come in on close on this one? Mm-hmm. There we go, pan, look. This, as you can see there, is a Torx head, and there's four sizes. I think we have T30, T25, T20 and T15. So not T27, which is the intermediate one, but you can buy them. So that set comes with 4 Torx drivers. If you have a Harley Davidson, you know that the switch block, where all the switch gear is on a Harley Davidson, is made of alloy, cast aluminium, and they have Torx bits. Now, messing around with a little ratchet and little Torx bits on your switchgear can be a pain in the backside. It is much nicer to do it with what effectively is a screwdriver. It operates as a screwdriver. So these screwdriver-based Torx bits are, in my personal opinion, awesome, and I love the ones I've got. I've used mine so many times now, especially when it comes to the derby cover. Remember, if you're ever doing a clutch adjustment on a Harley, that derby cover has to come off. Those 7 or 8 screws around the derby cover, they can be a real pain, especially when you're working on them with a ratchet. So to have a screwdriver type affair, that makes it much more accurate, easy to use. So I'm not going to sell you these anymore, I think you love them. I'm going to put these back in the box and we're going to ask you a question. So one of you lucky people can win this set of screwdrivers and Torx drivers. Right, I'm going to put them back in so they look the part. They look like they haven't been opened. There we are. Now these, incidentally, for what it's worth, they are about 63 pounds, I think, plus the VAT. So they come out about 80 pounds for a set of those screwdrivers. Now that actually isn't bad, really. When you think about it, you've got 12 screwdrivers there for 80 quid. It's about, what, 7 quid each? Do the maths on it. And it's not a lot of money, really, for some really good quality screwdrivers. And you know, you go buying some of that Snap-on stuff, you're paying 80 quid for one screwdriver. It's just ridiculous, too much money. Now, so for what they are, there we are, one of you lucky people is going to win that, and the question that we're going to ask you to answer, next Sunday we'll draw this, the question to win these as a single prize is going to be this. What was the name of the first rat bike that we built? Now that shouldn't be too difficult, but actually it's probably a bit harder than you think. For a prize like this, at this level, we feel it should be a little bit difficult, don't we, Pen?
We do.
So therefore, we've tried it this way. Now, the first bike we built, that you know about, that you saw on screen as a series, was the Bandit. The 1200 Bandit came in a gunmetal grey colour, turned it into quite a cool bike, stretched out, slammed the whole lot. You know that, 50, 60 videos on that. It's a big part of the channel in the bike, in the Bandit videos. Go have a look. Now that was called Damage, and it was called Damage. You know that because you named it. You helped us name that, you chose it, we put it out to the vote. So the first one you knew about was called Damage. The second one was, of course, the Tiger 955. You remember that? It was the big ginger Tiger we bought for winter commuting, and I turned it into a black contrived survival bike. So you know as well what that was called, because again, you named it. That was the General. So there was a third one. There was one before both of those. It was a Yamaha X-Up RU. One of those early X-Ups, long before the R1 was made, about 1989, I think it was, 1989 vintage Yamaha X-Up 1000, and I bought it for about 300 quid, turned it into a rat bike and rode it for a whole winter and a half. Now, there are pictures of that bike all over the channel when we did the snow rides, that sort of thing way back, also in the credits. So you're going to find this bike in the credit rolls. That's the credit roll at the end of the videos, the ones where you see us, our names come up at the end and the music plays. In that credit roll there are several photographs of that bike. One of those credit rolls not too far from this very video. Clue. So if you check, you'll see that bike, and we want the name of it. The name of that bike was written on the tank. She chose it because it was appropriate for the bike, and it was a rather awesome rat bike. I really enjoyed using that. Now, if you can tell us the name of that, then you go into the draw to win these screwdrivers. Pretty simple, isn't it, Pen?
Yep.
All you've got to do is put the name of the bike when you find out what it is, along the answer in the title. Like we said last week, stick the simple one-word answer. It was only a one-word name. Put it in the title of your winning email, and the email address is the one at the bottom here, as it is last time, and that's the one you send your answer to, and nowhere else, please, because if you start putting it on Facebook, you start putting it on the comments, then we can't keep track of it all, so it doesn't get entered. So if you want to enter this competition, get the name of the first rat bike we built. What was the name? Written on the tank. You can see it in the credit roll. Then get that in the title of your email answer, and we should have that by Saturday the 18th.
Yes, please.
Saturday the 18th of February 2017. We've been getting entries into last year. We used to have an entry recently into the helmet video. Remember we gave a helmet? The very first one of these we did, we gave a crash helmet. We're still getting entries for that, so we're going to make it clear. This closes on the 18th of February 2017. After that, no more entries. We will draw the winner next Sunday, call it out on screen, and the winner will win one of these sets of screwdrivers, which is rather cool.
In the body of the email, could you just put where you live, because it's nice to read it out?
Yes, when we draw the winner, we need to know where you are. So we need your name, John Smith, and we need where you live, Aberdeen, wherever that might be. So if you are John Smith and you're in Aberdeen, it's purely coincidental and no reference is inferred. I think we've done, don't we, Pen?
Yeah, good luck.
There we are, good luck. That's a little bit more difficult, that one, but we think it's well worth it for an 80 quid set of screwdrivers. I certainly do anyway. That's it, isn't it? Let's call it done. See you next week for the prize draw.
See you next week.
Good luck.